Part 15? Goodbye. Man, these parts are so long. I never thought this chapter would be so long, the parts. Oh my goodness. Like, they're nearly almost all in like between 20 to 30 minutes. Damn. Hey everyone, have you ever met someone at school who just doesn't fit in no matter what? I complained about finding weirdos before, but there's one today absolutely deserves a spot in my channel's top 3 freaks of the year. She sits next to me in class, and her name is Nervatia. I have no idea where her parents dug out that name, but her bizarre behavior definitely rivals those ancient Greek cavemen who did philosophy. Oh my god. She got into trouble on her very first day after transferring here. Elias moving to the second floor and stacked her belongings in the lounge area. This weirdo walked by and straight up stole a pile of Elias' books. She was like, I thought everything here was communal property. Oh my god, does she not even understand the concept of personal belongings? Why is she doing it? Everyone, seriously, keep an eye on your stuff these days. But that's not even the weirdest part. Yesterday, Nervatia and I were paired up in the lab. And guess what I caught her doing to her frog by smithing one? She was bending a drive shaft into the frog's spine. The frog's joints were all connected with liquid conductors, and each toe bone was fitted with hair-thin metal frames. I asked if she was doing some kind of cursed DIY project, or playing cosmic surgery on or something. She ignored me, but the creepy part, when she pushed back her bangs to wipe away her sweat, I saw a similar metal mesh embedded in her forehead. This lunatic must have been using herself as a test subject all along. What? Here comes the funny part, guys. We visited the Gesso exhibition hall today, and our teacher brought each of us a slice of blueberry cake during the break. Guess what? While we were chatting, her body suddenly shoved the entire cake into her mouth. She was covering her mouth, making weird noises, and crying. Everyone was freaked out. You think she hadn't eaten for a week? Honestly, I thought she was some kind of proper young lady when I first saw her. Turns out that was probably the first cake she's ever seen in her life. We're calling her Miss Cake from now on. Can't believe someone like her got the top score in our grade. Apparently, she's going to be on in some global live stream. Looks like the hires are coming up with a plan to increase everyone's sugar consumption. Oh right, I took pictures of how ridiculous she looks secretly. Oh my gosh. If you want to behold Miss Cake in all her glory, make sure to like, follow, and share my videos. DM me a screenshot, and I'll send you the photos. Margaret, the commissioner from Babylonia, will be attending our memorial service at 3. This morning, I found a rifle washed up on the riverbank with your name engraved on it. Are you trying to tell me something? Blue hanging clouds shroud the cold cemetery. Only the evening wind answers the girl's call, rustling through withered branches like some distant weeping. I tried everything I could think of, but no one's willing to help. Now everyone only talks about the volcano eruption in Actolic. Nobody cares about what we've been through anymore. Margaret, I'm so tired. Tajika sits in the cold wind, her arms wrapping tightly around herself so she can bury her face deep into the crooks of her elbows. I haven't dreamed about you ever since Nervatia left. Don't you think you play favorites sometimes? Is it because she's smarter than me? Or because she has more time to spend by your side? She hangs her head, gripping her shoulders so tightly her knuckles tremble and turn white. But she's nothing but a liar. A selfish, vain coward. It's people like her who got you killed. Who got so many killed. Brave people killed. Creatures sound grass and rifle lying across the front grave. Now, I'm the only one left in the Dominic patrol. I'll prove to you that I can do better than she ever could. I'll prove to the entire world that Kartaki will never bow to their lies. Ooh. I think she has some, not gonna lie, I feel like in the current timeline, I think like now, I think maybe she has some still reservations obviously about Babylonia, so, you know, with me being there, like, I mean, oop, okay. Nervatia, Mr. Yuri is here to see you. A man in a formal suit suddenly enters the green room. Nervatia quickly turns around, rolling down those sleeves she has pushed up. Oh, hello there, Nervatia. I heard so much about you. Hello, sir. Nervatia gives a slight bow, nodding respectfully. Look at this! A young woman with such excellent bearing is the perfect person to represent our esteemed education system. The world will see that this is the kind of well-rounded citizen we're cultivating. The man claps his hands together with delight. You're too kind, sir. You'll be on stage soon. I'm looking forward to your brilliant speech, Narvatia. You won't be disappointed, Mr. Yari. To be honest, I'm really excited to hear what you have to say. Can you give me a little preview of what you've prepared? You haven't seen the draft yet? She clenches her fist tightly. It's a story about a terminally ill girl who was given a new lease on life thanks to Babylonia's help. I heard this is a story about a terminally ill girl who was given a new lease on life thanks to Babylonia's help. Strength through adversity. That's certainly the most important virtue in our era. Even during wartime, we need to ensure all our citizens receive quality education regardless of their background or circumstances. But let her tell you herself. I'm sure everyone will find strength in her story and understand the significance of our excellent public education system. I couldn't agree more. Now, let's welcome today's guest of honor, an exceptional student from the conservation area on the surface, Narvatia. The curtains part and the spotlight suddenly comes to life, illuminating Narvatia. She wipes the sweat from her temple and casts one final glance at the darkened corner backstage. After confirming nothing is amiss, she steps towards the center stage. Despite the guests and viewers across the globe, our name is Narvatia. As you just heard, I stand before you today to share a story of hope, rebirth, and gratitude. Facing countless camera lenses, she gives her speech with perfect composure. The Conference Kentucky, a city on the outskirts of the Affiliate Commercial Alliance. It is a city owned for the rockets it produces and its collectivist values. I suffer from PTSD, the cause of which is still unknown. They erase all memories of my past, and any explosion can trigger it, making my heart feel like it's being crushed and pushing me into unbearable agony. When I was at my most lost, Kentucky took me in. The people there are kind and genuine, allowing me to live my life on my own terms, just like any other ordinary girl. Her gaze sweeps across the sea of cameras as she speaks, and she slowly paces toward the government representative with his beaming smile. As you all know, Kentucky suffered a devastating explosion not long ago. Afterward, a silver volcano erupted within Affiliate's borders, followed by a large-scale punishing virus invasion. This is all the world government has released to the public about the great Affiliate explosion thus far. Narvatia's tone suddenly shifts in a subtle yet distinct way. Mr. Yori's smile freezes, his eyes betraying a mixture of alarm and disbelief. No catchy figures or explanation for the explosion has been disclosed. All the sacrifices and destructions are reduced to nothing but a dismissive report, packaged as facts as you are all expected to accept. Words of shock and confusion erupt from the audience. The host tries to intervene, but the Narvatia's voice suddenly rises to a thundering pitch, drowning out everything else. Oh my gosh. Honestly, I kind of thinking this is my second, kind of guess, that she would go into Babylonia and just expose, to be honest, but, wow, I should have went with that one. Oh well. I'm telling you now, it's all lies. She thrusts her arm upward, revealing a gun that's been hidden in her sleeve. Nobody move, or I'll kill him. She lunges forward, seizes Yori by the neck, and presses the gun against his forehead. Security! Security! Shut up, no one's going to save you. Narvatia casts an icy glance to the side and shouts at the curtains. Two security guards stomp like broken puppets, crookedly propped against the corner. How is this possible? In the chaos, he notices Narvatia's arm. Beneath her sleeve, intricate mechanical structures have replaced her skin, enveloping her flesh and emitting a pulsing purple light. I didn't come here to tell a story. I came to reclaim the truth. Now, I have something to say to the world government. The entire studio falls to deathly silence. Hundreds of cameras silently focus on Narvatia, quietly waiting for her next words. I demand that you merely disclose to the world the whole truth about the great Adelic explosion. Why was there a punishing virus a week after the Kentucky reactor number 4? And what connection does the Adelic volcanic eruption have with this incident? And what exactly is the sealing? What did the Kentucky Research Institute do to Margaret? Someone answer me! I will kill him! Your pursuit of truth will be undoing, Narvatia. Suddenly, prismatic lights begin to flicker all around. An alien digital voice echoes clearly through the studio's speakers. Who's there? Show yourself! We are the beacon that creates balance in the world. The chaos that reigns in humanity to prevent them from falling to the abyss. Wait, what? Oh, Dominic? The chaos before simultaneously flickered with light, emitting a static field noise before transforming into distinctly colored pixels. The pixels roll and shift, assembling into an irregular cube. We are the tower, the purger of doubt, and defender of humanity. I don't care who you are! Do as I said, or I'll blow this man's brain out in front of the whole world! Calm down, please! Calm down! The whole world? There seems to be a misunderstanding. There never was any world here. Wait, what? There's only us. No one else will hear your demands, because this is a test designed specifically for you. A test? Did you really think your modifications on yourself went unnoticed? You harbor such childish delusions about the sophistication of your revenge plot. A beam of light descends from above, illuminating your mechanically constructed arm. This so-called recognition ceremony is nothing but a performance. Use the stage to assess your loyalty and obedience to humanity. In other words, a test. What is this? The tower? What? Oh, it's not, Dominic. And you have failed. Dravatia's eyes widen in disbelief. In that brief moment, her heart races as everything before her becomes distant and surreal. You staged this elaborate trick just to see if I would really be your docile servant? Correction. To test your loyalty to humanity. 30,000 living, breathing people died in front of my own eyes. They died in Kirkataki, and you expect me to turn a blind eye to all of it? She steps forward, roaring at the hidden voice behind the light. Aren't you afraid I'll expose everything that's happening here today? Let the whole world see this ridiculous test of yours? Oh. Isn't that precisely what you're attempting to do right now? Narvatia is stunned. Compared to the diseases that threaten civilization's very foundation, the truth of a single tragedy is insignificant. Do you think you're accomplishing some historic, world-changing feat? You're merely wasting your talent in despair. You lack both patience and wisdom. Narvatia, you have never been that important to us anyway. What F you? With a piercing wail, Narvatia shuts aside a man in front of her and presses a gun barrel against her own temple. What? What the hell are you hiding behind, Kardaki? That's you hire so terrified. I figured it out. You want to strip roses out their thorns. Retain the wild beast. You want to file down the edges of anything passionate and decorate your glorious era of peace with it. You don't have clearance. See? Anyone who pursues the truth gets pushed back with endless excuses. You have nothing more than for everyone to seal their mouths shut. But I can't do that. She screams at the top of her lungs, expending last ounce of strength in her mortal frame, after trying to tear open the roof in the very fabric of the world. Because I witnessed the beauty beneath those ruins with my own eyes. Those people left genuine, tangible marks in my world. No matter how righteous your excuses sound, nothing can justify denying that those lights once exist. She has tried. Just given everything she had. At last, she was tested a thin ray of light through the leper imprisoning her soul. At the lifetime of public faith, her body closes a final act of defiance in the moment when all hope is lost. You want me to pledge my allegiance? Open your dead eyes! This is my answer! Her mind is made up. When the future to enter world's believed suffering will be a final performance in this absurd theater. What? This vibration causes the microphone to emit a piercing screech. What's going on? Oh my god. A series of sharp buzzing sounds explodes like lightning, freezing time and piercing through Narvatia's eardrums. An icy rigidity rapidly spreads from her tailbone, seizing her entire body before silently gripping her heart. In that split second, Narvatia's breathing stops. What's echoing in the burning sky, the woman whispers, "Keep running. Don't look back." The shrieking works into the lingering wail of air raid sirens, mingling with the thunderous claps of wings, and faint crying that seems to be resounding by her ear, yet simultaneously echoing from the underground. I'll stay in the past. You must continue moving forward. Nervatia, promise you'll protect Jachinga. Tears streaming down her face, Nervatia lets out a hoarse cry. Though her body trembles like a withered leaf and the pain becks to her nail, she still grits her teeth, standing tall before the vast and merciless fate. She roars through the gritted teeth, blood seeping from the corner of her mouth. She strains for all her might to pull the trigger. The cold metal remains stubbornly still. No! No! What the... Oh my god! The light before her eyes gradually dims. The entire world slowly fades, fading away as she sinks to a vast, fathomless darkness. The demons of her past, etched in her soul like a curse, seized her ankles and dragged her directly down to the abyss of suffering. She has never imagined that death can be so costly, yet so desperately coveted. Oh my god, this... Everyone, before we begin our moment of silence, please join me in welcoming Agent Ari. Thank you for taking time from this busy schedule to visit us and represent Babylonia, where we pay tribute to our fallen heroes. Scattered, half-hardened apostate echoes through the cemetery. Let's get to formalities. I have other meetings later, so let's get started. Nessus at the watches his wrist. Oh, F you, and watches his head mischievously, speaking with casual indifference. Major, why don't we skip the moment of silence? Just place the flowers and take the photos. Got it. The wind on the hills grates against Chica's cheeks like a cold metal file. Distance is 330. Wind is 3, adjusting. She lies prone behind the rocks in the hillside and takes a deep breath as her left hand gently traces the name marker engraved on the rebel's barrel. She slowly moves across here, dragging across the cold streets and over the gathered crowd when she finally settles on the man and the terraced seat at the center. Carrying a bouquet of white flowers, the man walks slowly towards the monument as several reporters with cameras follow behind and make their way to the front of the crowd. The man stands on the stone steps and turns around, holding his pose as his previously indifferent expression transports to a worn smile for the cameras. For Margaret. She speaks, the familiar figure seems to materialize before her eyes, lifting her rifle to aim at Babylonia, the sanctuary in the sky that so sheltered herself from reality. For those who were sacrificed! The gunshot reverberates with a crisp echo throughout the valley. The bullet flies straight, grazing the man's cheek before impacting the dark red granite and embedding itself in the stone monument behind him. She missed. Help! Someone! Help! Assassin! You're screaming from below. The granite runs to the chaos like a herd of animals under attack, shouting and scattering in all directions. What? Jijika's calculations weren't wrong. It's a former shooting champion. She couldn't possibly have missed. Something's not right. She suddenly remembers something. Across her fingers into her muscle, feeling the cold wrestling inside the barrel. Look out! Nervatia! Sure enough, the rubbing that should have been the perfect spiral has an extremely subtle distortion in the middle. Without hesitation, Chica works the bolt, chambers around, and mentally calculates her trajectory as she takes aim at the government official in the crowd once more. This is likely her last chance. Her name's etched in that monument. She will not miss a second time. Why are you trying to kill him, young lady? Suddenly, she hears a weathered voice from behind. Chica whips around to see an old man standing there. His eyes are mechanical, and gleaming blindly in the sunlight. Who are you? How did you get up here? Just a simple drifter passing by. He shrugs with a faint smile on his face. You must have a reason for killing someone. But everyone can see the truth about the Kartaki incident. What happened that day was nothing like what the papers reported. You sacrificed so much to stop the punishing virus, but in the end, no one cares about what happened to us. She turns away, aiming her rifle back down at the memorial grounds below. I lost my family there. 30,000 Kartakians died, and yet Babylonia won't let us know why it happened. So, this is about revenge? I'm seeking justice for all who are dead. If it was a punished virus that killed your family, why is your rifle aimed at your fellow people? You're complicit. Kill this man, and Babylonia will just send down another suit to clean up your mess. In the end, nothing will have changed. Then I'll keep pulling the trigger till they're all dead. He says coldly. They managed to cover up the punishing virus, killing 30,000 people. They can easily hide the one you take down. Pull the trigger, and all you've done is remove one human from this world. You haven't threatened Babylonia, and you certainly haven't defeated the punishing virus. You're annoying. I don't need a lecture. Let me be blunt. The world you hate so much won't change one bit because of one bullet today. Is that what those who perished at Kartaki sacrificed themselves for? Impulsiveness isn't a bad thing, but in the end we must take responsibility for our actions, don't you think? Impulsiveness is the most rudimentary form of stupidity. This month's mandatory treatment will make sure you remember that lesson. In the monitoring room, a young man in white robe stands by Nirvati's hospital bed. With a soft sigh and reaches out, tapping the mechanical structure on Nirvati's arm. I checked it out. The tactile feedback delay is minimal. The joint transmission efficiency is nearly military grade. Did you build this yourself? Yeah. Impressive. He's got real potential. I can't help but remark admiringly, his voice very audible. Every person's talent is a precious gift to humanity. Don't waste yours. And certainly don't try to harm yourself again. The young man makes a finger gun and puts it at his own forehead. Anyone can end their own life. Only fools and cowards take that route. My project has no room for such mediocrity. Someone will bring you a stack of materials shortly. Finish writing then within several days. Look for anything you don't understand. I'll test you afterward. As the researchers but to leave, he suddenly stops. Looking back, he sees a slender hand clutching the edge of his white coat. Why are you here hiding the truth about Kartaki? I saw a massive golden tree there with my own eyes. Seeing it cured my illness, eased my suffering, and I hear voices I never heard before. Never felt so alive. Margaret was there, and Tajika. So many beautiful people and things. What did we do wrong? Why are you treating us like this? The researcher silently listens to the girl's accusations, his expression everywhere complexity and gravity. My illness and everything the people of Kartaki cherished, are they all completely worthless to you? What really happened at the Kartaki Research Institute? The researcher gently presses on her body's shoulder, gesturing her for her to be quiet. On these matters, our fundamental interests align. The Kartaki Research Institute was at the cutting edge of mind research. I want to know what happened there that day too. After the incident, the Science Council shut down all mind research projects immediately. Everyone with authority has remained tight about why. It doesn't take much guesswork to know that some unseen force is pulling strings behind us. Earlier, I met someone who called themselves the Tower. The researcher raises an eyebrow but doesn't pursue the subject. The girl is perceptive enough not to press forward her. She holds her forehead, her eyes betraying complete exhaustion. Not feeling well? I don't know. I just feel tired. I lost everything. What could I possibly do now? I can't find an enemy, yet they are everywhere. How am I supposed to cure my illness? How am I supposed to uncover these secrets? The young man observed her despondent gaze, falling silent for a moment. What I'm about to tell you might sound cliched, but it holds profound meaning for every researcher. I have a friend who loves telling the story to newcomers. There was an old acquaintance at the start of life who loved telling the story to impatient young women and young people. In the past, all wise men believed Earth was the center of the universe, with the sun, moon, and stars revolving around us. This concept seemed so perfect, so beyond questioning, like the enemies you're facing now. Fulton Lemmy spent his entire life creating 80 planetary models. On his deathbed, he told his students, "My system is too complicated. The truth should be simpler." So he hid away all his observational records, hoping to pass it on to someone in the future who could make sense of them. This manuscript lay dormant in the dust of the Library of Alexandria for 1,200 years, until Copernicus discovered it amidst a pile of papers. Trembling, He repeated his calculations over and over until he finally understood. It wasn't the stars that revolve around Earth, but Earth that revolves around the sun. But Copernicus never dared publish his work during his lifetime. When giving the manuscript to his disciple, he said, "Maybe after I'm gone, the world isn't ready for this truth yet." This manuscript found its way to Bruno after a millennium. Unlike his predecessors, he possessed only a martyr's fervor. He traveled throughout Europe proclaiming, "Look, the sun is the center. The stars are infinite." Then the church burnt him at the stake. In the Campo di Fiori in Rome, Bruno told his executioner, "The fear you feel in condemning me far exceeds the courage I show in facing death." Years later, at the age of 60, Galileo raised his telescope and observed 4 moons orbiting Jupiter for the first time. He was shocked to discover that Bruno was right. The Inquisition forced the old man to kneel, demanding to know why he dared blasphemy against the divine and why he spread such heretical ideas. Just like how they're trying to silence you now, or forcing you to remain quiet about everything regarding cryptography. If you were in his place, facing such accusations and scrutiny, how would you explain yourself? That's because I've seen it with my own eyes. Precisely. Right then, you possess eyes that have witnessed a new world, and a heart unafraid of death, Nervatio. Don't waste that brilliant mind of yours. Go forth and set the earth in motion. Where do I start? The sister opens the doors to the modern treatment room. Wine gentle, more wine to straighten. From now on, call me Asimov. If your performance part feels exceptional, I can be your legal sponsor on behalf of the Science Council. What? Oh my god, that was Asimov? I'm shocked. No way. No way. From this day forward, temper your ambition and brilliance. Practice restraint and patience. Gather your strength and wait for the day when you can achieve your grade. One day, you will unearth the truth buried beneath these ruins. Whistles blare at the foot of the hill as scars trace the crushing shot and establish a tight perimeter. Keep this up and they'll find you eventually. My name's Arnold. Oh, I thought... Okay. Under the wandering, forsaken field medic who's trying to help them vulnerable on the surface. Oh? Will you stay here and fight your enemies to the bitter end? Or will you need to help children who are as helpless as you once were? So that's how she became... Okay. He steps closer and extends his hand to Kinko. Sharp as rebuke to cowards is to show more courage than Mako says. I don't even know how old was Watanabe back then, but no. If Babylonia has abandoned the people on the surface, then it falls to you, to us, to unite them. Together, we will set the stagnant world into motion. So that's how she ended up with the Forsaken. Jujiko gazes into the distance, looking across the river at the home that has witnessed countless joys and sorrows. The Alliance Heritage Monument 2 hours toward the soaring mist. For a moment, she thinks she can withstand so many people. Some are weeping, while others are laughing. Some are preparing for a feast, while others are forging steel and building families. Together, they form a complete yet distant scene, long weathered by time. But she doesn't escape this overwhelming sea of fog. These sparks that have been passed down from days gone by will eventually extinguish and be forgotten cycle of decline. Then I shall be the one to ignite that flame. She takes in the sight one last time, wipes the moisture from her eyes, as a heavy heart comes away. Goodbye, Margaret. Goodbye, Takaki. Damn, that peril. Oh my god. This chapter, oh my god.